What's happening, everybody? Back at it for another video. How you doing, man? What's happening? It's Sunday, and we're back at it for another sprinkling a little wisdom. We're back at it for a little sprinkling another wisdom. And, of course, I'm going to do a little bit of housekeeping before we start the video. And that being said, if you haven't already, man, get over to www.darenandluna.com. Sign up for the free newsletter, which goes out at the beginning of every month, which has what we will be doing for that month. Again, everything is on the website at www.darenandluna.com. There's also a donation page where if you feel called to donate to us, go to www.darenandluna.com/links. At the top of the page, you'll see Cash App and PayPal and Zelle or Venmo. I don't know why I always say Zelle, but it's all good. Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, all of them. If you feel called to, we greatly appreciate it as it helps us to continue to do what we're doing, to bring forward these activations, to do what we're doing here on all social media platforms. If you're not following us on YouTube, get over to YouTube at Daren and Luna, TikTok at Daren and Luna, Instagram at Daren and Luna. It's pretty simple. Everything is at Daren and Luna. So we just can't forget it. Any donation is welcome as we are cultivating, building, and co-creating this new Earth School, Ripp Into Light. We have so much on the horizon and so much we're working on that is going to be coming forward in 2025 and beyond. So just stay tuned. And the best thing you can do is sign up for the free newsletter. With that being said, man, I love you all. Luna does as well. We thank you for all your comments, all your support. If you like this series, sprinkling a little wisdom, drop it in the comments, and I'll continue to do it. I love doing it. I love bringing forward new topics and new wisdom. If you even have topics you want me to address, drop it in the comments, and we'll go into it. We'll get into it. With that being said, man, I love you all from the bottom of my heart. And I'm grateful and thankful for each and every one of you and your support and supporting our mission and journey. So thank you again for everything, and a happy new year to each and every one of you, man, and a healthy one and a wealthy one. And it's going to be a great year. Trust and believe that. We are beginning and continuing to step into our courageous selves, our authentic selves, remembering who we are. There's so much remembrance happening. There's so much authenticity happening. More and more people are realizing that they can't fake it to make it any longer. I remember that. Saying that my father would say all the time growing up. You got to fake it to make it. And I used to hear that not only from him, but from many other people. And you just can't do that no longer, especially with the different things that are coming online. There's no faking any of it. You have to truly drop into your heart and connect to these higher dimensional beings, or, not only that, but people around you as they wake up and as their gifts come online remember that we're feeling beings. So it is so easy and so simple for someone to feel your energy, whether you're being authentic or not. And the more and more we move into 2025 and beyond, it's going to be so much easier for people to sense when you're not being authentic, when you're not being vulnerable, when you're not sharing from your heart. And you can't just fake that. I remember back in the day, I remember when I would have conversations with people and it wasn't authentic and it didn't feel real and it didn't feel like it came from the heart, and you could feel it, but I wasn't fully aware of it, but I knew something wasn't right. It was like I was having a conversation with a wall. And I would say this all the time. I would be like, man, when I meet up with this individual, it's so strange. I don't understand it, but yet I feel like I'm talking to a wall. Like there's no, it just doesn't feel authentic. It doesn't, but I didn't have those words coming to mind. I just was like, it's so weird. Like it's almost like when I'm communicating with them, um, there's nothing there. There's no, uh, it didn't, it didn't feel like I wanted to continue that conversation or even meet up with that individual again, in fact. So it was like, it was very interesting. I was very aware, but not so aware at what was actually happening. I just knew that it didn't feel right, nor did I want to continue conversating with them. I would be like, why do I even want to conversate? It doesn't feel like they're even listening or hearing me. It feels like literally I'm just speaking to a wall with no emotions, no, um, literally no response. And if I did get a response, they'd kind of be all over the place looking around, and it just wasn't. There was no presence there. Uh, they weren't present, and I remember it so clearly and so vividly. And I used to say it all the time with different people that I would meet up with, and be like, "But you know what? It's like it didn't seem genuine, like it did with this individual or this person. It just felt like nothing." And it got to the point where I didn't even want to meet with that individual anymore because what was the point? It was almost like they weren't opening their heart, nor was then I wasn't opening my heart, and there was no authenticity or vulnerability at play. And so I want to say that as we go forward, as we continue in 2025, it's all about vulnerability. It's all about authenticity, and someone that's awake and conscious is going to pick up on it in an instant, in the blink of an eye. They're going to pick up on it. They're going to sense if you're being fully open and vulnerable, and or you're hiding certain aspects of you. So it's like as we go forward, it will be more and more difficult to pretend, to fake your reality that you're actually not experiencing. Um, like the days of like putting stuff on Instagram that really isn't you or really isn't your life, but then you're displaying something completely different than actually what you're living. Um, those days, like people are going to more and more realize and find out that they can't do that anymore. They can't sustain it. Um, and they're going to just switch it up or change their social media and redo it, like delete it all and start from scratch because they're finding that people can actually sense your energy and if you're being vulnerable and authentic and real. And that is the masks are all coming off, so to speak. Um, and you can't wear like 10 masks anymore, being this one individual here, and then this person, and this person, and this person, and this person. You're like 10 different people, 10 different hats. It's not going to be a thing any longer. It's already not being a thing. It's just unsustainable. Just as so many structures and things right now have and are unsustainable for humanity, that we have to shift into us being our authentic selves, us being vulnerable, us being real. And it can be, I mean, I'm finding it more and more that people around me are noticing me being real and authentic and vulnerable, and you know and and I get compliments all the time, and versus what I used to be, where my heart was closed and I wasn't vulnerable and I wasn't sharing from my heart and I wasn't being my authentic self. I was just changing and shifting to be what others wanted me to be so that I could fit in to the cliques and fit into those groups. I had to just mold and change to fit in, so to speak, versus this is me, this is all of me, and you either like it or you don't. And if you don't like it, that's okay. Then we go our separate ways, we go on. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Um, but to do it just to be in a group, to have friends that you don't align with, is no longer going to be sustainable. Um, because you just can't fake it no more, and people can sense it. And we're as we continue to upgrade, it's going to be more and more evident and noticeable when you're not, and people will call you out on it, and you won't want to be involved in those groups anymore because it won't feel good. It won't feel in alignment with you. I already was having this happen to me for years now, but I didn't realize that I was suffering by continuing to engage and to pretend as though I wanted to be around certain people when I actually didn't, because it didn't feel good and it didn't feel right and it wasn't in alignment with my soul and my desires, and we're realizing more and more how potent and powerful our energy is, and time, and that we're going to give our energy and time where we feel it serves its highest. We're not going to just do what we did before, where we just showed up to these gatherings or whatever the case may be, and it was something that was not serving your highest good, or nor did you enjoy it, and you just did it anyways just because you didn't want to miss out, but yet it wasn't what you wanted to do. And you are beginning to realize, and humanity is beginning to realize, that I'm not wasting my time anymore. Like, my time is important and valuable. And I want to be around and be with people that I align with, that I'm in alignment with. It feels so much better. It's so much more exciting and fun. And no longer are we doing things unconsciously to where we're suffering. The suffering is ending, and we are in a year of completion and new beginnings. That's what 2025 is all about. So I urge you, and I tell you in the last few videos, to look back, reflect on your life thus far. Look back in the last year and reflect on what you were doing and who you were doing it with and where you were going and what were you engaging in, and then make those changes this year before the universe makes those changes for you. That's not a threat or something that is bad. It's just better off if you do it yourself versus waiting for the universe to do it for you. Um, and with that being said, man, cheers to an amazing 2025, a new year of completion and new beginnings and authenticity, and remembering who we are and stepping into our power and courage and strength and so many more things. We're taking our power back, so to speak. So I hope that you're enjoying this series. If you are, please drop it in the comments that you love it and you want me to continue it, and I will do that. I will do just that. I really love just randomly being told by my guides a topic and then going for it, because somebody needed to hear it. And also, I would love for you to tell me topics you want me to even talk about and address. Put that in the comments as well. Give me ideas and we'll spawn off of that. I am truly grateful and blessed to be doing everything that I'm doing currently. And, if it doesn't, if I'm not feeling it, if I'm not leading from my heart, if it's not exciting, fun, and joyful, then on to the next thing, you know? And that's kind of me and Luna's motto, you know? If it doesn't light us up, if it doesn't bring us joy, then we're on to the next thing. So with that being said, man, again, I love you all. Thank you again for all your support. Follow us on all social media platforms. Sign up for the free newsletter. You can donate at our website if you feel called to help us cultivate this new Earth School, Ripp Into Light. We are forever grateful for whatever that donation is. And just thank you again for all your support, for everyone who has been on the journey with us so far from the beginning. We are truly grateful and blessed, from my heart to yours, and from Luna's heart to hers, to yours. Take care of yourselves and each other. That is the most important thing right now. Get out in nature, tend to your needs. I love you all, man. Again, take care of yourselves. I'll see you in the next video, in the next live, somewhere around the world. I love you all. See you soon. Let's go.